Hey everyone, TimaeuSS here. Welcome to another Etheria restart video, and today we've got quite a big update because if you can see here, we're on Wrangle, but take a look at this brand new shell. Now it's the Dream or Sheeps as they say. They're essentially the new form of legendary or yellow shells that you'll get during the Infernal runs, which are replacing any other ones, right? Because if you take a look at the Wrangle farm, you'll see that right now for the Infernal difficulties, there's no more of the previous Crossroads or Black Flags that you can get because they've changed that. Now, couple of things, okay? I know that in the previous discussion from the devs, they mentioned that it's going to be about, I think, 10k, upwards or of 10k in terms of the data you get from recycling it. So you can see it's 8k. Alright, it's 8k. However, that is still double than the previous versions of the legendary, which is 4k, right? The chip is going to be the same, 1 to 4, but you are going to get double the data from 4,000 to 8,000. I mean, it's a step in the right direction, I would say, but obviously, I wish that we get double chips and double data. That would be nice because I do spend quite a lot of resources rolling. Now, I'm going to give you guys a little tip, okay? This is actually a lot of people, if you are, let's say, high on one of the resources but not enough on the other one, this is what you can do. Because for example, right now, if I were to, I want to get a very nice attack on this, right? So I want to go to attribute, I reroll this into, let's say, 30% attack, what I'm aiming for. So I'm not going to get it here, but it's okay. And every time I have a brand new shell, I can do this little cheat. Even if I run out of the, you can see here, even if I run out of the reconfigured chips, because you can see I do another reroll and that's it. I don't have enough to do another reroll. So how do I get speed and how do I get some of the most coveted substats? Well, there's a little trick you can do. So what you're gonna do is, let's say you are trying to farm speed on a jackal, right? On a jackal, and you want it on, let's say, just this bulwark bloodbath Swiss Might jackal. What you can do is actually go to upgrade and just start upgrading the character, right? The jackal itself. So here we're gonna put a fodder in and ascend it, and we're gonna see, do we hit something nice? Okay, a blue 10% defense, not the worst, but can we get a red speed? That's what we're looking for. So what we can actually do is that use all of these and then put in the two, let's say you want to feed these two, and then farm this way for a middle red speed or anything you want to get. Now obviously this is blue, that's not what we want. So if you want to get rid of this, what you can do is go to recycle and get rid of the jackal that we just rolled, right? We can get rid of this one essentially if we don't want to keep this, because hey, bulwark bloodbath is good, but we need swift. We definitely need swift. So this is definitely one way to take a look, and another way to essentially fish for substats, because you'll see that in shells you get 70% of the resources invested back, which means that we are essentially only utilizing data here. So for those of you that are low on config chips and you're fishing for a speed passive in the middle or a really high crit damage or crit rate, this is a method you can use. Especially right now, we're essentially doubling our sale value of the data, right? So this is definitely what you can do. And similarly, let's say if you don't want to use a 333 shell here and then sell it, what you can do is, for example, let's say I want to farm a codex, right? I'm going to get a codex. I want a speed codex, so I'm going to choose one that I'm for sure not going to keep. This one, absolutely not keeping for sure. And I'm again just going to upgrade this. And then once I upgrade this, ascend it, and I'm essentially fishing for a reroll every time I do this. All right, and this is not the right one, so we'll keep going, and let's go and see if we can we don't have enough, unfortunately, yeah, to bring it to 20 and max that, because hey, we get another reroll chance without using any chips, any of these reconfig chips, to push for a potentially red value right here in the middle. And again, if it doesn't work out, just sell it 70% back, and from the math, you essentially spend about the same in terms of investment, but you don't use any chips. So that is definitely one thing you can do if you are short on one of the values, right? If you have a ton of chips but not enough data, just farm the data, sell it, and you'll be able to reroll. But if you have a ton of data but not enough chips, you can do this by essentially fishing for the middle part. Just make sure that you keep a few copies behind to max awaken future ones that you actually do want to keep. So that is definitely one thing you want to keep in mind. Yeah, this is I would say a decent change for now. Ideally, I wish that you know, instead of these, we just get straight red shells only. If you know, we don't get red shells, double is nice, but I was hoping for like 15k training data and a bunch more chips. But hey, you know what? Improvements and improvements. So hopefully this will help you if you are going to be short on reconfig chips to push things a bit further. And otherwise, thank you so much guys for watching this video. And yeah, it's TimaeuSS here. Let me know your thoughts. My Rango team has now been properly built. I think this is the best I can have my Rango team as. The Codex, I tried Codex and Dark Moon. For me, I feel like the Codex is just a bit better. Codex Claws, Jacko Lily for that extra speed does make a difference, and then Yelly on the PvE momentum, right, for the extra damage, and because you get 3 debuffs from Claws, it's very important. And of course, I have Valerian just at 52k HP. I want her to be a bit more tanky, but yeah, I need to find one with Ether Plague, essentially. Anyhow, once again, thank you so much for watching this video, and it's TimaeuSS here. It's going to be a very exciting weekend with the EWS coming up, so I'll definitely have videos for that. But until then, I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye now.